is meaningful participation. And I think we went through this experientially by Tamara's wonderful simulation, which really allowed us to go through the trade-offs of how do you design participatory processes. Yes, ideally, we would like to hear everyone's voices. We would like to touch everyone's heart. We would like to empathize with every group of citizens that we're serving. But because of the boundaries of our time, of our budget, of our capacities, it's just not possible. So we do have to make those tough trade-offs. And when we're making those trade-offs, it's okay. I think at least what I've learned is that if you set your intention and then you carefully design the process of participation, then you can be accountable and you can be answerable to why you've set the participation process as such. And I think what keeps coming up in all of our sessions, including the plenary, is that we want to be as transparent as possible for this because it is related to the trust. And the more we put meaning into the participation, the more connection we can make with the people that we're serving, the more trust that will be built along the way. So I think that is one of the key takeaways. And the fourth session, which many of us were here, witness, and we have Luana walking in with her Jingga vibe. How do we make it stick? How do we institutionalize? So we heard about leadership, we heard about formalization, we heard about this continuous capacity building for the civil servants to be able to change, be open-minded, and take on new capacities. And I think this part is, of course, the continuous learning that we're going through. And actually, while listening to the last session, a gentleman asked about what can the UN do, and I was thinking, actually, if you think about it, 100 years ago, 1926, were there planes? Were we on commercial flights yet? I don't think so, no? I quickly Googled, and actually that year, 100 years ago, we were just shown how television systems can work, So, but today, 100 years later, which is quite short for human civilization, we're already here. We're like flying all over, meeting, learning, trying to accelerate our mistakes or learn from the mistakes or failures and learn from the successes. So I really think it's been institutionalized. It's come so far. People 100 years ago would never have the ability to access and feel participatory like we do today. That's what I like to say. And taking this into a broader, longer trajectory of how we view our, I say, success. So that's my short summary of the session of the workshop. And now I'd like to invite all of us to kind of write down, if you could, there's some paper left on your table, write down maybe one aha moment or key takeaway that you just want to be reminded, before you leave the session, if it's okay. But if you're too tired and it's like, oh, too many things, don't ask me to participate anymore, that's also fine. But I'll just give you 3 minutes to just write something for yourself. Okay, I think most of us are finished. So maybe I'll just ask one or two brave, courageous people in this room to share. Would you like to? Yes?
Hello, everyone. My name is Nelly Koginova, and I come from Ministry of Justice of Georgia. Unfortunately, I was not taking part of your previous sessions, but when I came an hour ago, you had your points out what you were discussing about the previous session. So it really catch my mind. You mentioned that data should be the asset for a state, if I am citing it, yeah, correctly. So it really, I know, like it really catch, I really catch your this phrase because it's really important. And as for other things, these points are very important on planning the general strategy. But I think countries like Georgia, that is have a territory that is still occupied and does not have a full jurisdiction on the country. They are, for example, don't leave anyone behind, can be the hardest part to tick on a to-do list, I guess. So, generally speaking, like, thank you. Yeah, this is.
Thank you. Yes, we spoke about data as gold nowadays, right? And then we spoke also about sovereignty over data and how, yeah, so all these things about data is one of the key. And yeah, data as national asset. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. Yes?
Good afternoon. Matlova. It's the only word in Georgian I know, which means thank you. You maybe know me from yesterday. I'm Robert Folia. I'm on behalf of the Spanish Council of Notaries. I work in Spain. And first, I would like to thank you all for your input and for your fruitful and inspiring presentations. And I would like to share with you some of them, some key phrases that maybe have left an indelible fingerprint, which is first, trust builds a community, and a community with trust is empowered. Second, if you have a good government, you will have a good society. If you don't have a good government, then the society will show by itself. The way from the plenary. From here, don't digitize bureaucracy, but what remains once everything surplus has been suppressed. And suppress unnecessary processes, not the safety measures. And, of course, trust and inclusion. Listen to the others. Thank you very much. Matlova.
May I?
Oh, okay, Anna, and then.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ms. Ora, for your moderation and for your participation in our workshop. I think that no matter what reforms we are working on, we all should always remember that behind every reform there are people. That should be remembered because people, population, always feel the results, consequences. So we should always remember that what kind of consequences every action, every reform will have over people. So we should always remember people.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's very good to know that everyone's prioritized things are a bit duplicated. So I would share to keep 5 points from this workshop to take away. The first one is prioritize the process redesigning before implementing the digital solutions, focusing on re-engineering and simplifying administrative processes, which he mentioned also that goal is eliminate unnecessary complexity rather than simplify, digitizing existing bureaucracy. And second one is, of course, institutionalize a human-centric culture, which she also mentioned about that. The culture, build sustainable culture of excellence through leadership training, continuous capacity building for civil servants, and structured management models that prioritize accessibility and citizen needs. And third one is focusing on the outcomes rather than outputs through data-driven, move to decision-making away from tracking the outputs and toward measurable citizen-centric outcomes. And fourth one is centralize citizen feedback, make citizen satisfaction survey and active feedback loops, then cornerstone of the performance monitoring and evaluation to ensure the services are generally meeting the people's needs, citizens' needs. And last one is to ensure inclusive participation, actively engage diverse segment of society, which including marginalized groups, people, and aging people or youth, and to making sure that no one is left behind. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Okay. I'm going to now invite us into two metaphors. Tamara asked about failure. We talked about failure. So recently, I like to listen to Alan Watts. Does anyone? Yes, Alan Watts fan. Yes, thank you. So it really stuck to me. It said, life is not a business plan to achieve. Life is Jenga, a dance to find the synchronicity. So with this analogy, maybe you can spend 1 minute or so just thinking of who you could dance with better. This is kind of what we're trying to get at, right? Sometimes we're unfamiliar with people that we have to work with, whether it's the vulnerable groups, or maybe it's our leader, maybe it's our team. But we're trying to dance, so we need to figure out their rhythm, our rhythm. We need to kind of move in a way that we don't feel awkward, especially with new music or new rhythms that we're not used to. So with this analogy, may I invite you to just think of someone or a group or a person that you're far to or close to that you want to dance better with. Would anyone have have an urge to share? Oh, okay. Q, and then Luana.
My context is that of a peace educator. And thank you for this. It's making me tear up, really making me quite emotional, because I work with young people, with youth, who are able and, more importantly, willing to dance with me when it comes to issues on peace, conflict, and violence. It's about dancing with those who are unwilling. How do I find the steps? How do we hold each other's hands? I don't know. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the skill set right now. And how do I extend my hand? it's a question I'm starting to ask myself now. So thank you.
Thank you, Q. Luana?
Maybe not. I'll just, I don't know. Love it, your answer. I started thinking, and I was like, maybe my parents, maybe the ones that are close to me, but actually, I want to dance with the ones who question me, who defy me, who don't agree with me. To build more tolerance, more political tolerance, religious tolerance. It's good for everyone. That's something that we all need, and to me, it makes total sense. I want to hold hands with these people and listen to these people.
Thank you very much. So this exercise gets to this idea that we heard from yesterday, that trust, that we're all trying to cultivate in our communities. To build trust is a foundation for a strong community. It's a feeling, it's a feeling. So once we can start feeling, and I think the dancing, it's a good dance or an awkward dance, right? It's not a failure. It's not a business plan to achieve, but it's just trying to dance and synchronize. So that's participation. That's leaving no one behind. That's just moving rhythm to rhythm and seeing who we want to dance with. And maybe someone want to dance with us, but we don't realize it. Maybe we need to open up the floor for them too. Okay, if you're with me, last metaphor, I promise you. Victoria said aura ended soon, right? Because we all, but I think I want to end with one more metaphor because I think it's very important. When we are trying to be future ready, when we do anticipatory governance, our speaker said, think of plan B, in case it doesn't go your way. That metaphor is we're a ship on the ocean. And the ocean, depending, this one is bright ocean, safe. This one is thunderstorm, lots of clouds, lots of waves. This one could be, very dark ocean. And then we're trying to change our sail, improve our ship, so we're more future ready. This metaphor is what we're used to. So how do we change our team? How do we improve our processes? How do we put together new policies to be future ready? So that metaphor, set it aside. Now, follow me with a new metaphor that you are the ocean. You are one of the waves. You move, even slightly, even with a small project, or maybe you're moving with a big project. Maybe you've won the award at the UN, and you're going to go back to make even more ripples. You are part of the ocean. And now I want you to write, or think one thing of what you're doing now that's actually making a difference in the world. It's not something you will do, but you already are doing it because you are the ripple effect. Ken? So deep. Anna, would you like to share? As I admire Anna sitting here the whole day as a police officer from Georgia, and I can't imagine in my country if police officers would attend such, but I shouldn't look down on my.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna. I'm from the Petrol Police Department of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Just want to share my emotions right now because whole this forum was really interesting, and I received a huge information which was I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts in my head right now. My mind is just blowing because I'm already thinking, what should I do, when, where, why, and so on. And these deep questions was just knockout, I guess, for my mind. So thank you for this opportunity, and thank you. It was really big pleasure to participate and to receive all this information, communicate with you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. So Anna for sharing. I just want to leave everyone with the thought that was emphasized all throughout, starting with yourself. However, adding to that, you all have already started. You've done so much, and the ripple effects are happening. So with that, I wish everyone good evening ahead with the tour, and stay in touch. Let's keep this connection and keep the relationships alive when we are back home doing our respective dances. And looking forward to coming back wherever to dance with everyone again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for participating in our workshop. Just two short comments regarding the study tours. As you are aware, the study tours in different places are planned for this evening. The buses at the entrance of the Sheraton will be at 5:30, and each bus has the directions indicated. So while registering what you indicated, please go to the study tour, and also please scan the last QR code for evaluation. Your feedback will be much appreciated. Thank you very much.
It has been a pleasure sharing these 2 days with you.
I do think we should give a big round of applause to Victoria and her team, and Anna and Melanie, who are behind the whole design and putting all of us to dance together on this floor. Thank you so much, Victoria. Yes, and everyone who participated and came, showed up.
Everyone has been like tooth in a gear. You know, there's